But I know the person, his name is Will, and he's awesome. Give it up. Hello everybody, what a rush to be up here. You know, I was told that this was going to be one of my most memorable first-time experiences. I'm hoping that unlike my previous best first-time experience, my punchlines are not delivered prematurely. I'd much rather be up here on stage, however, than driving in Montreal. It's just crazy frustrating to drive in this city. What's up with old people? Why do they drive so slow? You think the short amount of time they have remaining, that they'd be in a rush to get to where they're going and just enjoy the little bit of life they have left. Imagine if they sped things up a bit, they'd probably start getting into accidents. The conversations would be funny. You'd hear like, that idiot! He was doing his age in a school zone! But what drives me nuts more than anything, even than driving on the streets, is I'm circling the parking lot and I'm looking for a parking spot and some idiot is taking 2 parking spots. The other day, I'm driving around and I can't believe what I see. There's a car with a handicap sticker in the window, parked in a regular parking spot. Yeah, one of our spots. There's maybe a half a dozen handicap spots right next to the door. So I finally find a spot, but I'm still pissed. So I figure I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. So I decide I'm going to leave him a note. So this is what I left him under illusion. Hello, Hopalong. While I do not pretend to know what physical challenges you may have faced in life, you realize that when you take a regular parking spot, while a half a dozen handicap spots remain empty, you are in effect taking up 2 parking spots. Perhaps you may find it admirable that you can still drag your mutilated carcass across the parking lot. But you are really being inconsiderate to those people those parking spots belong to. Handicap spots are not placed close to the door solely for your benefit. They're also there so that we do not have to feel guilty or pretend to look the other way as you try to navigate a cart filled with groceries across the parking lot with that stump of a body, your prosthetic leg, and not much more than a hook protruding from your one arm trying to keep that cart under control. Please show some consideration for us able-bodied individuals. Those spots are there for people like you. If I see you park your gimp mobile in a regular spot again, you might return finding it more messed up than your miserable excuse of a body. Some friends of mine that live outside of this province have often asked me, does it feel like you're handicapped being an Anglo living in Quebec? Sometimes yes, but let's say we don't get any perks like primo parking spots or deductions on our income tax. I must admit that not learning to acquire a better command of the French language is mostly my fault, but I'd like to think that I had some motivational issues. You see, I grew up at a time when the FLQ were at their peak of popularity in Quebec. You know, kidnapping and killing Anglos for shits and giggles. So sorry for my not wanting to be part of your little group. Somehow I didn't feel overly welcome. Then again, maybe my invitation got lost in one of those exploding mailboxes. Not long ago I had an idea that maybe I could learn to speak French better if I dated a French girl. So one night I'm sitting having a conversation with a French girl. I tell her about my idea. At the end of the evening she says to me that this is a good idea and she would like to date me and believes that I will learn to speak French faster if we only have sex in French. Now the rest of the night was a bit of a blur, I gotta admit, because all I remember hearing was, date me, have sex. Date me, have sex. Date me, have sex. So up until that point, I didn't realize you could have sex in a language. I mostly just grunt. Try to picture in your mind a Chewbaccan orgasm. I think maybe I'm part Wookiee. Now, I don't know if French girls are anything like English girls, but the first French phrases that I should probably practice learning are how to grovel and beg. And the thing that fears me the most, that if I'm not successful, I have found yet another way to disappoint a woman in bed. Thank you very much. It's been a great night.